Former UFC heavyweight Tim Hague is in critical condition in a Canadian hospital after suffering a knockout loss in a boxing match on Friday night in Edmonton. Although some reports on social media on Saturday said the 34-year-old Canadian died from his injuries after being declared brain dead, his sister told the Canadian press that her brother was alive, but in critical condition. Hague has a 21-13 record in MMA, including 5 fights in the UFC. But on Friday, he was in a boxing match for the KO boxing promotion against former Edmonton Eskimos football player Adam Braidwood at Shaw Conference Center in Edmonton. Braidwood knocked Hague down several times in the fight, video footage of the fight shows. In the second round, he knocked Hague down for good after a right hand and a short left. Hague remained out on the canvas for several minutes before eventually leaving the ring while Braidwood was being interviewed. According to online reports, Hague was transported to the hospital when it became evident something wasn't right following the knockout. Hague, a school teacher in Canada, started his MMA career in 2006 and won 10 of his first 11 fights, including his UFC debut, a first-round submission of Pat Barry at UFC 98 in Las Vegas. But that would prove to be his only win in the promotion. In his next 3 fights, he suffered a 7-second knockout loss to Todd Duffy at UFC 102, a majority decision loss to Chris Tuchscherer at UFC 109 and a unanimous decision loss to Joey Beltran at UFC 113. After the loss to Tuchscherer, he was released from the UFC, but made a quick return on short notice to fight Beltran. But after that loss, with a 10-4 record overall and 1-3 in the promotion, he was let go again. He rebounded in 2010 with knockout wins in Edmonton over Zach Jensen and Travis Wyeth, and those were enough to get him invited back to the UFC. But at the UFC's second Fight for the Troops show in January 2011, he was stopped by Matt Mitrione with a first-round TKO. After that, with a 1-4 UFC record, Hague remained active in MMA, including fights for King of the Cage in Canada, as well as SOF. But in the past 2 years, he was just 1-4, and all 4 losses have come by knockout. His lone win was for Canada's XFFC promotion in April 2016, for which he beat UFC veteran Caleb Starnes to win the promotion's heavyweight title. Throughout his career, though, when Hague has won fights, he's been a finisher. He has 19 of his 21 wins by stoppage, including 15 knockouts, and has not gone to a decision in one of his victories since 2008.